Howdy folks, and welcome to XCOM2 with the mighty Jingles. Due to popular demand, and I was actually very surprised at how popular the demand was that I do an XCOM2 playthrough, because I think this game is fantastic, and I would love to do an XCOM2 playthrough series. But I didn't think it would be, well, I didn't think the demand would be quite so high, but in the comments of the two XCOM related videos I have put up recently, so many of you are saying, Jingles, you've got to play through this, and so, well, that's pretty much what you're getting. So after completing the game once, I've started it again, initiated a new campaign which I've been recording for YouTube. Only this time around, I've got some fairly unique characters. You might even recognise a few of them. From left to right, we have, representing Scotland, medical specialist Sean Ector Murphy, Ector of course being Wargaming EU's English language community manager. Representing England, electronic warfare specialist Will Quickie Baby Taylor. Representing the Netherlands, the squad sniper, Quinton Circumflexes Vandenberg. Representing Portugal, close combat specialist Rita Big Sleep Sobral. Also representing England, heavy weapons specialist Paul the Mighty Jingles Charlton, because I had to go there. And finally, representing Norway, close combat specialist Sindre Ike Svensson. For those of you who are familiar with Circumflex's World of Tanks livestream, you'll be delighted to hear that I've also got Billy Scapegoat Warren tucked away, lurking in the background somewhere, but he's purely there to take the blame when everything goes wrong. As in real life, so it is in the game. But, well, my squad of ultimate badasses didn't spring into the game fully formed ultimate badasses. They had to start off as noobs, and that's where we're going to be starting off with the playthrough. Beginning right after the initial mission, Operation Gatecrasher. Prior to starting my second playthrough of XCOM 2, I used the character editor on the main menu to create my squad of ultimate badasses. Now, couldn't use them on my first mission, but once you return from the first mission, we're just going to research modular weapons here, because the weapons that you start off with are absolutely terrible. Based on my experience from the first time I played this game through, you're going to want better weapons as soon as possible. So research started, back to the armory where we can have a look, and lo and behold, the custom characters that I created from the character editor are now available to be recruited. So that's pretty much what we're going to do now.
I have to hand it to them. What these recruits lack in experience, they make up for in grit.
Yeah, thank you for that, Central. Right, let's get everybody recruited, and then I can start on the first proper mission in the game. Of course, this means that I'm going to be doing it with a squad of complete Greenhorn rookies. They won't have the experience that the first squad gained from doing Operation Gatecrasher, but I can live with that. First mission pops up, we have to destroy an alien relay. These are random guerrilla ops that will pop up at random points throughout each month. You don't have to do them, but there will be severe repercussions if you don't. So these are the survivors. Well, not all of them. One of them is gravely wounded and is in a medbay. But these are 3 of the survivors and 1 fresh rookie of the Operation Gatecrasher mission. And as a reward for their loyal and faithful service, I'm going to fire a lot of them. And we're going to recruit our YouTube superstars. There's Circon. And there's me. There's Quickie Baby. And representing Portugal, there's Rita. Right, I've got nothing researched to equip them with. Their armour is basically cosmetic and would never stop a bullet. What could possibly go wrong? So let's toss them in the meat grinder and see who survives.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position to drop.
Fingers crossed, wish them luck, because they're gonna need it.
Signal triangulation is locked in the location of a hidden alien communications relay uploading data to the Advent network in this area. Disrupting the aliens' progress is our highest priority, so we're moving to destroy the relay before they complete the transfer. Terminate any hostile forces operating in the area. Secure the site and destroy that relay.
Alright, badasses, let's do this. They all look very confident, don't they?
Menace 1-5, the communications relay is up ahead. Move in and destroy the target.
Okay.
Position is concealed.
Most of the missions, you do have the advantage of starting off in stealth, but the second things go loud, yeah, you're not in stealth anymore.
I'm on the move.
Not entirely sure why Circon's got a Scottish accent, but we'll fix that later. Never, ever, ever,
Although they bear some resemblance
and
to
this is why,
sectoids first encountered during the invasion,
we'll just wait for Dr. Tigan to explain what a sectoid is.
human DNA. They are stronger than
When you're
ever,
in stealth, you'll
with even
be
greater
tempted
psionic potential.
to move right up to the maximum limit of your movement boundary. Don't do that. There's a risk, particularly later on when the aliens buff their own abilities in step with your own. They have a very, very large detection radius. And if you just bound straight up to the maximum limit of your movement allowance, you could wander right into their detection radius and have your entire squad busted right at the start of the game. So always first move up to the blue limit, which is you get basically 2 actions every turn until you fire a weapon. So move up to the blue radius
Stepping off.
and look around, because this then gives you options. You can then, if you have detected a bunch of aliens, go into Overwatch, set up an ambush, which is pretty much what I'm doing here. Now there's only 2 of them, a trooper and a sectoid. So, it's now my turn. You can see the limit of their detection radius. So,
That's affirmative.
Serkon, stop being Scottish. You're from the Netherlands. We'll move him up to there, and we'll set him on Overwatch. Because we're still in stealth, he will not fire his weapon, even if he's on Overwatch, until I actually initiate combat, or he gets spotted. Quickie baby. Not in range to throw a grenade yet. Grenades, by the way, early on in the game, they're your biggest friend. Because the accuracy of your troops and the weapons that they have is absolutely terrible. But a grenade, if you're in range, will always hit the target and will always do damage. Unfortunately, the route that it's picking for him means he's going to have to kick that door open to get there, and that will break stealth.
That's affirmative. They've got our position.
And that's exactly what's happened. Don't! I've only got 1 member of the squad on Overwatch, so they get to react, but Serkon... Wow, he actually hit him, which is pretty impressive for a green rookie. Okay, they've had their reaction move. Now I can do something. I can't hit them both with the grenade anymore because they've split up, but can hit the sectoid. He should now be a one-shot kill. Rita, on the high ground, should have a better chance of hitting with her assault rifle. It's risky, but we're going to have to take the shot. I don't want to waste a grenade on something that only has 1 point of health. Yeah, oh, and she critted him. Good girl, Rita.
Muerto. Este podría transportar algo.
And she's earned a promotion for getting a kill. And the sectoid dropped some loot. Okay, now it's me. He's only got 3 health. The grenade does 3 to 4 damage. This is a guaranteed kill. Make the maximum use of your grenades early on, when your troops are basically crap. And Jingles has earned himself a promotion. And no further bad guys spotted, but the relay is right there. And there is something in there with them. So, now that our cover's been blown, always move up to the blue limit, put yourself into Overwatch. Because the second you spot any enemies from here on in, they also spot you, and you're straight into combat. And if you don't have that spare move left over, you've got no options. So I'm moving everybody up and putting them into Overwatch, trying to move them into a position where they've got some kind of cover. That's not bad, actually. Off you go, Jingles. Half cover there. And he's going to go into Overwatch. We've got 6 turns here before we hit the time limit.
Yo me encargo.
And that data relay self-destructs. And that's plenty of time. What I don't have a lot of time for, however, is picking up that loot. 1 turn, and then it degrades.
Moving on target location. Objective here.
But I've now spotted and now have line of fire on the objective. 5 turns to destroy it. You can do it from range if you need to. So we're going to light it up with the assault rifle. You can see that there's an Advent officer right there in the room, but he hasn't noticed us shooting up this data relay, so I'm going to take full advantage of that. And while I'm not detected, I'm just going to blow this thing away from range. And destroying the relay removes the timer on the mission, so I can take my time from here on in.
Menace 1-5, we've confirmed destruction of the relay. The alien transmission is down. Eliminate any remaining hostiles and move to evac.
So to complete the mission, all I have to do is just kill any remaining aliens. So I'm going to take my time because there's no longer a countdown. Get everybody set up in breach positions and get in there and kill the Advent officer and whatever else is in there with him. I saved Sircon's move for last to get in there and pick up the loot, and it's an Illyrium core. And yes, you will be needing lots of those later on. And yes, Sircon, the docs will want to see that. So, with everybody set up in ambush positions, I move Quickie Baby up to draw some fire, but only as far as the limit of his first action. So I can still use him if, and they probably are going to survive. Oh, Sircon hit one of them. That officer's now on 2 health. And it's just him and a trooper. Right. Please kill the officer. Oh, god damn it, Quickie Baby. You suck. And we don't have Billy around yet to take the blame for you. Yet. Okay, Rita has a grenade. And the officer is just inside grenade range. Yep, bingo, got him. Just the trooper left and it's Jingles' turn. I put Jingles on Overwatch here. It would have been better if I'd moved him up next to Sircon and put him on Overwatch. He would have had a better chance of hitting this guy, but as it happens... Well, he's a badass, isn't he? I wish I was as accurate as that when I was playing World of Tanks.
All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Flawless victory. I did have quite a bit of luck there. Look at that, 75% hit rate. That's unheard of with a bunch of rookies. But use the grenades. Using grenades early and often is the key to success when you start playing XCOM 2. Your hit percentages with your weapons are absolutely bloody terrible. I was lucky to get as many kills as I did with the assault rifles, but the grenades, if they're in range, will always hit the target. So, let's see what promotions we picked up and see what specializations my squad of ultimate badasses are going to have. When you start off, you can only have 4 in a squad, but there are upgrades you can research to increase that number to 5 and then 6, which obviously gives you a lot more tactical flexibility. But for the moment...
Morale is sure to be high after an operation like that.
Yep, morale is definitely high, and everybody got a promotion. So, Sircon is going to be the squad sharpshooter, death from above, and from very long range. Jingles is going to be the squad grenadier, the heavy weapons expert, with a really, really big gun. Quickie Baby, specialist. Which means Rita is going to be promoted to Ranger and will specialise in close quarters combat. So, mission complete and everybody back home in time for tea and medals. Hurrah!
Hello, Commander. The council you once knew is no more. Its membership have all sworn loyalty to the Advent administration, with one exception. It is good to see you again. In the days since your capture, I have done all I can to aid the resistance from the inside. It was these resistance operatives that provided the intel leading to your recent extraction. As of now, resistance forces are currently somewhat disorganized. If we are to defeat Advent and their alien masters, you must change this before it is too late. What you are seeing are classified reports of missing civilians from across the world. Their numbers are growing. We suspect they have been taken to a nearby Advent black site, though its exact location remains unknown. Time is short, Commander. We need you to take charge of resistance operations throughout the world. Establish contact with the local cells and bring them into the fold. Find this black site and shut it down. Save our world. The clock is ticking. Good luck, Commander.
Hang on a minute, I've heard that voice before.
Here, in a world where the sun burns cold.
In a world without gas, this is a land that prays for a hero.
In a world that's powered by violence. On the streets where the violent have power. A new generation carries on an old tradition.
Well, it's nice to know he's found a job even after the world's fallen to alien invaders. Right, so, contact the Resistance in the Black Site region. Okay. We can do that. Maybe.
Commander, I've updated our current objectives based on the most recent findings.
And we've
You
acquired
have
an
done
engineer.
outstanding job leading the Resistance, Commander.
I have, haven't I? Yeah. We're low on supplies, we're probably low on intel, and we've only got one engineer. So, you're going to need a lot of engineers. Scientists, useful, but not as useful as engineers. Our ship, the Avenger, is cluttered full of alien junk, so we're going to need to excavate in order to free up space to build the facilities that we're going to need to win this game. And you need engineers for that.
Local Resistance forces in the area can get you into the site, but you will need to make contact with their network first. This is only the beginning, Commander. Your leadership will be a beacon to our people across the globe.
Right. So, you're going to be starved for resources early on, and the trick there is making contact with as many different regions as possible. This increases the amount of supplies that become available to you in the monthly supply drop. For that, however, you need intel. You're also limited in the number of Resistance contacts that you have available, and in order to increase that and allow you to expand to new territories, you need to build Resistance communication cells. For that, you need engineers. So, engineers, very, very important. The thing is, in order to build the Resistance communication facility, you first have to research it, so I'm going to make that my top priority. Now, researching magnetic weapons is tempting, because I badly need better weapons.
I'll see that work begins immediately, Commander. I'll contact you when I have a full report available.
Only problem there, of course, is it takes a long time to research those weapons, and once I've researched them, I wouldn't be able to build them anyway because I wouldn't have the resources, because I haven't expanded my Resistance communications network. So, Resistance comms, #1 priority.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander.
Okay, now, if I had the resources for it, I would be able to start building Resistance communication facilities inside the Avenger. Once I've made contact with the Resistance in a territory, I can now install a radio relay in that territory to make it cheaper to contact the next territory, and also increase the supplies I get from that territory. And finally, I now have the ability to make contact with the Resistance in the Antarctic.
I foresee a number of valuable applications stemming from this technology. I'll have a report assembled as soon as the research is complete.
Commander, we can now work to establish contact with local Resistance groups operating out of regions around the globe. Once we've collected sufficient intel to make contact, we'll need to scan the target region for the operative signal.
Since I'm critically low on resources and can't afford to build anything, I have to make contact with the new region.
Setting course for Sector 1, the Arctic.
So it's going to be the Arctic, because that also contains an Advent Black Site, which is going to be critical to future operations.
Attempting to establish local regional contact.
Oh, hello. Something just popped up. We're going to get a scientist and 120 intel if we accept this mission. You can reject these missions, but it's not advisable. The rewards are very, very good, and the consequences for not completing these missions are pretty drastic. Apart from anything else, your squad will never be a squad of ultimate badasses if you don't send them off on missions and get kills and earn experience. And, well, I haven't researched anything for them yet. I'm busy researching alien biotech because I'm going to need medikits. Their weapons are hopeless, their armour is almost purely cosmetic. That Kevlar basically is just a set of pockets that enable you to carry a frag grenade. Other than that, it is completely useless. I do at least have their specialisation weapons, which means most of all that Jingles now has 2 grenades and a grenade launcher. So, let's get this done. So, we've picked up the VIP and we have to escort them to safety, which basically means getting them within 12 turns to the extraction point, and hopefully not getting anybody killed along the way, particularly the VIP. We do have the benefit of at least starting off in stealth. So, we need to get Circon to the high ground. Snipers get a aim bonus if they're firing from a higher elevation than the target they're shooting at. Later on, I'll get access to a specialised suit of armour, and he's spotted some bad guys, but I'll get access to a specialised suit of armour that includes a grappling hook. which makes it very, very easy to get to the high ground very quickly. So, I'm setting up for an ambush on this squad of 2 Advent soldiers, and I'm going to completely mess it up. I move Quickie Baby up, but it's taken both of his moves to get him up to the same elevation as Zircon, so I can't put him into Overwatch. I'm looking at where I want to send Rita, but the route that would get her up there, climbing up that ladder, those guys are going to see her. So instead, I move her up to here, which is only going to use one of her actions, so I could initiate combat, but I've got nobody else set up on Overwatch to take care of the second soldier, even assuming she kills the first one, which isn't guaranteed. So instead I put her on Overwatch, and then I move Jingles up next to her. Now Jingles now has a grenade launcher, and he has 2 frag grenades. And this is where I completely screw things up. Instead of setting Zircon on Overwatch, in fact, instead of setting the entire squad on Overwatch to mop up anybody who survives, this frag grenade launch, which is what I should have done, and then fired the frag grenade. Instead, the first thing I do, with nobody else ready, is I fire a frag and miss. Well, I don't miss. The grenade goes exactly where I launched it. But I launched it in an area where it's only going to hit one of them, and it kills him outright, but it should have killed them both. My initial targeting point for the grenade was spot on. It would have wiped them both out, but now we've got a survivor, and there's nobody on Overwatch ready to take care of him as soon as he makes a move. This is completely not the right way to do it. What I should have done was first set everybody on Overwatch, and then secondly, fire the grenade at the right place. Luckily, I get away with this, because the trooper moves and then goes on Overwatch himself. Now, I cannot move anybody or he's going to get a reaction shot against them. Quickie Baby only has a 57% chance of hitting, but he does it. Now, if Quickie Baby had missed, I would have been able to shoot him at short range with Zircon's pistol, but I totally didn't deserve to get away with that. That was just a mess up from start to finish. Now, if you thought that was a colossal screw-up, and it was a colossal screw-up, you ain't seen nothing yet. Just wait till later.
Be advised, hostile interceptors are inbound on your current position. Firebrand has a limited window to provide extraction. On my way.
So, I move Zircon like 2 squares forward just to put him in a sniping position, and he spots a squad. There's 1 sectoid and 1 trooper. The sectoids are nasty, at least they are early on in the game. At the very least, I haven't used both of Zircon's moves. Now I've got 2 choices here. I can either lob a grenade or I can take a pistol shot, but the pistol will probably hit, but it's not going to do a lot of damage. It will, if I hit him, probably kill the trooper, but the sectoid is much more dangerous. Now I can't hit them both with a frag grenade, but I can hit the sectoid, and it's definitely going to do damage, so frag grenade it is. And I really must do something about Zircon's accent. Don't worry, I will. Right. Quickie Baby can make it to the edge of the rooftop and still take a shot. But, well, he's just a squaddy. It's an assault rifle. And I get lucky. Score a crit and do 5 damage. And kill the sectoid outright. And the sectoid drops some loot. So, good stuff. This is where I screw up again. And it's not even the biggest screw up in this mission. What you do not want to be doing when you're already engaged by 1 patrol is to split your squad apart. Now I move Rita over here, but there's no way she can engage that Advent Trooper, he's just too far away. What I'm doing here is running the risk of Rita spotting another Advent patrol and immediately putting her in combat with another patrol on the other side of the operation area. And that's the last thing you want to do. I mean, okay, Jingles is up there to provide Overwatch with his assault cannon, but yeah, that is not good. That is not good at all. And I don't even have medkits researched yet, so she's gravely wounded. She's going to be in the med bay for at least 12 days after this mission. And that's assuming we even complete the mission successfully, which is not guaranteed at this stage. Right, Quickie Baby with his assault rifle. He's got 2 shots left. Move him up, get him a bit closer, increase his chances of hitting. They're not good. But, well, it's Quickie Baby, isn't it? He doesn't miss in World of Tanks. And he doesn't miss here. Right then, Circon. I want to send Quickie Baby down there to get that loot, so I'll put Circon on Overwatch in case Quickie Baby bumps into another squad of enemy troops when he's down there.
Me dirijo a la posición indicada.
The extraction point is right there. So, move Rita up, put her on Overwatch. The last thing I want to do right now is bump into another squad of troops. Send Jingles down to give us support with the autocannon. The squad's split apart. I don't want to make contact with fresh enemy troops. Jingles, Overwatch as well. Circon. I need to put him on Overwatch in case Quickie Baby bumps into anything when he's down there. Quickie Baby could be hacking a couple of these Advent security towers, but 6 turns remaining, and as a squaddy his hack skill isn't very good, so we're just going to concentrate on grabbing the loot, and yeah, alright, good stuff. 6 turns remaining. I still need to find that VIP and get them to that extraction point. I finally find the cell that contains the VIP. Quickie Baby, as an electronic warfare specialist, is going to hack the door open. Man, I got a bonus! Hooray! Research time on the current tech project reduced by 50%. Hacking can have some very, very beneficial side effects
We have the package and we're moving to deliver.
if you get it right.
VIP is in tow. Proceed to the extraction point.
You do not want to fail a hack on something like a sector pod.
Rolling.
You end up buffing its aim and its defense, and oh, geez, they're hard enough to deal with as it is, but you're going to see the sector pods much, much, much later. I still haven't made my colossal, awe-inspiring screw-up on this mission yet. I've made a couple, but not the big one. We need to get the troops out. So, I move Rita up to the extraction point. She's badly wounded. And I evacuate her.
Vamos.
So she's at least going to survive the mission. 4 turns remaining. Quickie Baby and the VIP. This is the scientist that I'm actually going to gain, that I can use in my research lab as the reward for completing this mission.
Moving on target location.
Move Jingles up. Still haven't spotted any more bad guys.
Moving to Overwatch.
And
Menace 1-5, we're picking up an enemy transport inbound on your current position. Menace 1-5, hostile interceptors are on high-speed approach. Your window for extraction is closing.
I now only have 3 turns to get everybody out. Reinforcements are coming in, and I'm down 1 gun because I've extracted Rita. I move Circon up.
I'm on it.
Because I've moved him, I can only put him on pistol Overwatch. And I'm not entirely sure he's going to have line of sight from there. Move Quickie Baby up, put him in cover. Move the scientist. There. Because there's no other suitable cover available. And make the scientist hunker down. Jingles. That's a good spot. It's closer to the arrival point of the reinforcements, and I can still put them on Overwatch. Here they come. I'm not convinced Circon is in a position to actually take a shot, but Jingles and Quickie Baby are. And there's 3 of them. Jingles, I hope you got some grenades left.
We've got Advent here.
Overwatch triggers. Come on, Jingles, don't miss. Oh, good. 1 down. I've got more ammunition in that assault cannon. Right, we can kill these 2. Circon has a shot. It's a very, very lousy percentage. Come on. Come on, Circon. God damn it, Circon. You had 1 job. 1 job. Right, Quickie Baby. Oh, those do not look like good odds. Can I reach either of these guys with a grenade? Yes, I can hit him. This will kill him. Quickie Baby gets another kill. He's guaranteed a promotion after this mission. Scientist, I can get them out. So, get the scientist out.
This is Firebrand. VIP is secure.
Still have to kill that last Advent trooper, but Jingles has a grenade launcher. And this is a guaranteed kill. So, all enemies neutralised, VIP extracted. What's the problem, Jingles? I'll tell you what the problem is.
Menace 1-5, you're out of time. Get to the evac point, now. Got it. Moving.
Zircon can't make it to the evac point. Everybody else can, but this is the final turn, and Zircon ends up about 6 feet short. So I managed to extract Quickie Baby. I managed to extract Jingles. And I have to leave Zircon behind.
Advent interceptors within striking distance in 30 seconds. Firebrand, clear the air.
Look at that empty seat, staring at me accusingly. It's like saying, I thought he was your friend. No, this will never do. I'm going to have to reload. Try that one again. Right, seconds out, round 2. This time, don't screw it up. Jingles, grenade launcher. You can't hit them both with one grenade, but screw it. Quickie Baby's got a grenade as well, so take care of that one. Quickie Baby's got big strong arms from carrying all those teams in World of Tanks, so he's able to land a grenade on the second target, and because I didn't dig around trying to put circumflexes into a position where he was never going to be able to get Overwatch fire on those troopers anyway, he is now close enough to the extraction point for me to get him out in one piece as well.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, mission complete. It's not exactly a well-executed mission, though. I made just about every mistake imaginable. And the thing is, when you play in XCOM, it is brutally hard in the beginning. You can't afford to make mistakes when your troops are so fragile, they're terrible shots, and they just can't take any damage. Things do get substantially easier later on, at least until you get to play the final mission. But at the beginning, it's a brutally hard game. And it doesn't help if you screw things up as magnificently as I did in this particular mission. But we got everybody out. Rita may have been wounded, but at least she's not dead, and we didn't leave Zircon behind this time. So,
one by one, we're evening up the score, Commander. Good work out there.
That's some promotions for me and Quickie Baby. God, Rita doesn't look very happy, does she? Anyway. I'm sure she'll forgive me. I'll just cook her something nice for dinner tonight. Anyway, promotion time. Blast Padding reduces the explosive damage that Jingles takes by a lot, or Shredder, which reduces the armour of any target that he hits with that autocannon. And that's a very, very useful skill to have. Quickie Baby, I'm going to specialise him as an electronic warfare specialist. I'm going to go for Combat Protocol, which does automatic or guaranteed damage to any target and bonus damage to a mechanical target, rather than specialising him as a medical specialist, and an alien data cache, which I can decrypt for some intelligence bonuses.
You have dealt another serious blow to the aliens' efforts today, Commander. Impressive work.
And Movie Voiceover Man is providing me with some intel for completing the mission, and I get to put the VIP to work in the lab with Dr. Tygan and speed up the research projects that I'm working on, which at the moment is alien biotech, because I'm going to be wanting some medikits. After a day or two, my engineers finish clearing out some alien debris, which gives me space to build another facility, but I only have the supplies to build a power relay or a guerrilla tactics school. I choose to go with the guerrilla tactics school. This is going to allow me to pre-specialise any of my rookies as either a grenadier, a sharpshooter, a specialist, or a ranger. But it's also going to give me some very, very useful bonuses once I rank my characters up. With construction underway on that, I have to choose my next field of research. The Advent Officer Autopsy is the mission-critical research path. Some of the others are very, very tempting, but I really should be going for the one that's highlighted. It's going to advance the story. So, with that underway, all that remains is for me to attempt to continue making contact with the Resistance in the Arctic region. And bingo, nothing else pops up to interrupt me on the way.
Regional contacts located.
So that does two things. It gives me access to Western Asia, and it also gives me the option of launching a strike at the Advent Black Site in the Arctic region. Now, with Rita recovering from her wounds in the med bay, I really just want to kill time at the moment until she recovers and she's able to take a place in the squad again. So I really, 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 really don't want anything to pop up while I'm waiting for her to recover from her wounds. Especially not anything really nasty like a retaliation strike against the Resistance base.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Ah, shit.
Nothing on the local comms. Advent's been quiet lately. I'm guessing we have you to thank for that.
Our pleasure, Den Mother. Enjoy it while it lasts.
We plan to. Our water purification
Massive signal coming from the Advent Network Tower. It's global. Sir, I think you'll want to see this.
Fellow citizens, for 20 years, the Advent Coalition has worked tirelessly to repair the ravages and injustices of the old world. Under our stewardship, our cities prosper, our people flourish, and our world heals. And yet, among us, there are still those who would refuse to acknowledge the truth, who are determined to see all that we have achieved.
Multiple radar contacts on approach to Haven Alpha 7.
That must end.
Even as I speak to you today,
You've got incoming on approach!
Your signal's breaking up. Outlying territories to end this scourge once and for all.
They're right on top of you!
Losing you, Avenger.
Raise them again!
We will ensure your continued safety and well-being throughout this crisis.
Get your people out of there!
With your cooperation, we will overcome these radical elements and usher in another 20 years of peace and prosperity.
They don't stand a chance. Commander, we should get a squad ready to deploy.
Me and my big mouth. Anyway, we'll be carrying on from where we left off in the next episode of my XCOM 2 playthrough. I hope you guys have been enjoying it, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.